from there, what would be your non-negotiable when dating, mga besh?
Mm.
Leukemia.
No more fuckboys. Non-negotiables. I guess when they show me lack of respect, or they started to tell me things that, that I feel like my self-worth is being stepped on.
Mm.
That's a non-negotiable. And also two things. So that's one. And then the other one is when they physically is abusive. If you allow that once, it's gonna happen. It's gonna get worse. So physical abuse when you're in an argument or a fight, no for me. Bye. Ciao.
Verbal fight is okay, but physical is not.
Actually, even verbal too. No.
So verbal
Yeah.
is like,
Swearing at you,
Screaming and saying
screaming at you,
things.
belittling you.
belittling you. Yeah.
Non-negotiable for me. This is not like one thing is when I see a sign of cheating, that's non-negotiable already. And then second would be another thing that's non-negotiable is just same as Kim, respect on me. Like even like putting you down, like just putting you down by words
Mhm.
is not all for me, and of course not just me but also for my family. If I feel like that a person doesn't respect my family, that's non-negotiable.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we
Like
have
no matter how angry they are, right? The way it
Mhm.
will come out. So once they're comfortable with you, like you've been in a relationship for a while, or for a long time, doesn't matter. But as soon as because like people get mad, they do raise their voice. Maybe you raise your own voice too, but it's that moment of like swearing, belittling, and yeah, and like people, like saying like really really rude things.
Yeah.
Be like, no,
Yeah.
cannot. Yeah.
Yeah. But for me, Besh, I'm also very sensitive about raising voice. Because
Mm,
I'm not saying that I've never done it, but
mm-hmm. When
when someone does it to me, because I realize
mm-mm,
it's not a good thing to do that. When I do that,
mm-hmm.
when others feel hurt and when they do it to me, I feel like that's when I realized that like I was really doing wrong. When someone finally did it to me, it was so bad. So like
Mm-hmm.
that's non-negotiable for me too. When someone raised their voice on me,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm.
What about you, Maria?
Yeah, I think for me, we are all in the same page in
Mm-hmm.
terms of respect. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the top priority, number one, important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the second would be like I have to listen to my gut.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Like if it's not like if it's not a hell yes, it's a no. If I think if there's that little percentage that
Yeah.
Of
I'm
doubt.
questioning, yeah,
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
that I'm questioning the integrity of the person, like maybe I can still try, but then it's really not a definite
Mm,
yes.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Same
non-negotiable.
thing for me. For when I was dating and I was meeting different men, and
Mm-hmm.
there's not that I'm saying some of them are really nice, but there's just really like something in my gut that tells me, no, this is not the right one. Just not because they were showing red flags straight away,
Mm-hmm.
because other people do show red flags too at the very
Mm,
beginning. You haven't even met them and they're full of red flags. Guys are so on the dating apps. They are so straightforward. They will tell you what they want, and
Mhm.
they only want to hook up, right?
Yeah.
And if you're not clear too, when you say no, I'm not that kind of person, then they would just keep going and see if they could pursue it. So if that's not your thing, then let them know right there and then. Do you block your, or have you blocked your exes in all sorts of platforms, social
Yes.
medias, phone, everything?
All of them.
And why?
No, but I got blocked.
Um, blocking. Um,
Is that essential for moving on to block someone?
yeah, I feel like it has helped me in a way because I'm not gonna dwell into like knowing like what his status now, if he's happy or something
Mm,
like that, you know.
mm,
Like of course if he's happy I would be happy for him, but it's just like you
mm-hmm,
wanna focus on yourself rather than
mm-hmm,
the person. So it was better for me to just block them, not know anything about
mm-hmm.
them. Yeah.
So
Hmm.
block them, and then which is vice versa. They don't know anything about you too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I just think I didn't block the worst one.
I yeah, like me too. Like it took me a while to block people.
Yeah.
Took me a while because I was like, I want to. I'm very toxic.
I didn't
I want
block
you to
him.
see,
You're a
like I
liar.
want, or like I want you to see what I'm doing, where what I'm up to, even though
Oh,
I'm not
Like
gonna
I'm doing
message you back when
better.
you message me.
uh, I don't know, for some reason my worst heartbreak, it's just like it was worse, but then it went well for me. Like I was like so happy for him that he found. I was like, oh, maybe it wasn't really me and him. Like, what if I married him and we just, had a divorce or got separated, something and we had a family, something
Mm-hmm.
like that. Like, I was still grateful that
Mm-hmm.
that problem happened in a way that it was like a
Mm-hmm.
blessing in disguise that he was able to find the right person for him,
Mm-hmm.
because I was toxic back then, and I learned a lot from that experience. So I was still grateful that I met him, that I had a
Mm-hmm.
relationship with him, because he was a great guy actually before.
Would you actually say that you're like looking back, or
Mhm.
from now, from what you
Mhm.
know now, would you actually like credit that to that person, what your growth, or like wherever you are now in your like position in life, in your disposition basically, like would you say, oh, I'm grateful for this person because if I haven't met
um
them, regardless of what happened to us, I wouldn't be where I am right now? Would you say that? Or
I wouldn't really say I credit the person, because it's
yeah.
the every choices that I made was up to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
would really, if I'm grateful for that experience, I would be grateful for that experience, but how I handled the experience
Yeah.
was the one that led me to my
Yeah,
growth,
I
not
agree with
her.
that
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, not that I'm being selfish, but
No.
Yeah, totally.
right?
It's the
It's
experience that you're grateful for, right?
yeah,
You're
totally.
you're grateful that it happened
Mm-hmm.
because of that person's decision, and especially your decision.
Yeah. Like
Mm-hmm.
I guess the another cliche question is like, would you go through the same thing knowing it would end this way?
Mm-hmm. No.
Right? I don't understand people saying yes because I've learned, I've grown. I would definitely say
No.
no.
That's
Knowing
just
what I know now, I wouldn't
uh,
go back to what it was
knowing
before.
the pain that I had
Yeah.
to go through. No,
Oh, I
I
hope they don't listen to this.
I think it's on both parties, right? Like
Mhm.
guys, it for guys it would be hard for them to say like they are hurting too,
Mm.
right? So
It's
but
just
I
it's such
think
a showbiz answer,
their
right? To say,
their
mm,
relationship was so good at that time that I believe too, like we cherished a lot of memories together, that those memories are hard to just get away with even they found a new person in their life.
mm-mm.
Like
Yeah.
that's still something that they go back to. Like even
Yeah.
us, right? Even we moved
Because
on.
yeah,
Yeah.
and there's also friendship, right, in that
Mm-hmm.
relationship, and there's like those good times and you
And there
learn
were
from one another.
there's pure love, you would say, like genuine love.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like just all the hates and all the negativities. You guys
Yeah.
help each other on times you were down. So you have to
Mm-hmm.
be thankful as well
Yeah.
for that person and that time being there. So I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
say, yeah, you just hurt me or I hate you or whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
But for me, Besh,
Yeah.
I wouldn't change a thing, because if that experience or experiences didn't happen, I wouldn't be where I am right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
Mm-hmm.
some people would really say that and would have that
Mm-hmm.
opinion, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so too. Like,
Mhm.
but
You
but
wouldn't
for
have
me,
wisdom,
I would still
actually.
say I'd still
Yeah.
say I'll pass.
I if I had the choice to get back in
Mm-hmm.
time, I wouldn't want the same thing. Like I would
Yeah.
just say like I wish I would have known like
Yeah.
this thing. So I would have not went through that kind of
Yeah.
situation.
Or
Yeah.
to me, I would have, even though I'm sure I would be like a different person. Like, okay, if the time machine that you can go
Mhm.
back to, and I go back in time to that time and change, like before, even before the relationship, maybe that's the time where the time machine went to, like
Yeah.
before getting into that relationship, I would probably not entertain the relationship itself.
But
Yeah.
then, Besh, speaking of, I love this time capsule question, going back in
Time machine.
possibilities, right?
Yeah.
And if you wouldn't, so here's the thing, if you wouldn't
Yeah.
been in a relationship at that time, then you wouldn't be who you are right now and where you will be right now.
Yeah.
Because
And that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's okay for you.
True. That's
I think.
okay. I'm like
Mm,
I would say the same, best. Like
yeah.
that's okay if I wouldn't have wisdom if I can't share to you any of like these experiences right now. I would be okay. Like
Yeah.
I don't feel like um like having that growth. I realized that it's okay not to know everything. It's okay
Yeah.
not to know everything in this
And
world in this life. It's okay
yeah.
It's
to
okay that
be
you're not who you are right now.
Because I
Because of
mean,
the
when if you go back
that you have.
to that if you go back to the past with that understanding that it's gonna end this way and this is what happened and all that, you have that. It's not like you're going in the past, right? For example, you're not going in the past and being like wiped out your memory. No, like you know what happened in the future. So you go back in the past, knowing what happened in the future. I would prevent it from happening even, and I would do something else to further my growth. So
yeah.
in a different sense, for example,
Mhm.
I knew that this relationship didn't work out, so
Mhm.
maybe I would probably start maybe I would start traveling early on instead
Mhm.
of traveling after the breakup. I would definitely do something else
Yeah.
Like
for
learn
my
some
own
skills.
growth.
Mhm.
Yeah, learn some skills, and maybe when I go back to the future me, I am for sure a different person. Maybe I'm with
Yeah.
someone else, but it's gonna be a totally different experience,
Mm.
But I
and I'm
didn't.
okay with that.
Yeah, I
But
mine
you're
would be different.
okay with that.
Mine would be different because if
Mhm,
I would change anything, even a single thing from my past, I
Mhm.
would have
mhm.
met him.
Mhm.
But you don't know that, because
Yeah, you don't.
if you're really meant to be, you could have met him in a different way, right?
But
In a
that's the thing, we don't really know as well.
yeah,
I'd rather
yeah.
want this
Yeah.
than taking the risk of,
To make sure that you still end up
Yeah.
meeting him.
yes,
Yeah.
Okay,
and
yeah, fair
becoming
enough.
right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I get that point. I get the whole point of
Mm-mm.
like, oh, if you didn't go through all these situations in your life, like hurtful situation or mistakes, you wouldn't be the person who you are today. You wouldn't have that wisdom, blah blah blah, right? But I won't really be hypocrite to say I love that pain to be who I am right now. Like I can't
Mm,
say that, to be honest. Like
yeah.
it
Yeah.
was
It's
Yeah,
like hurts
I
too
was in
much.
that
Yeah.
position too, Besh, when I first was asked this question. I was like,
Mhm,
wait, but then I didn't have a nice childhood, or like I could have done this better, or
mhm.
study
Yeah.
more, or
Mm-hmm.
do this.
Mhm, mhm,
It wouldn't end up with me or this.
mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you should just thank yourself for who you are right now, even though it was good or bad. Because there
Mm-mm.
are
Yeah.
people who have good memories, even like, oh, if we base it for childhood, they have good childhood. But
Mm-mm.
like, have you seen a lot of people right now with good childhood, but their choices are really bad, like in the
Mm-hmm.
present?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it
That's
always
true.
depends on how you will take care of yourself in the present.
In the
It's not
present.
always the past is just a place of yeah, learning experience and all that, of having your wisdom right now, being wiser. But you shouldn't dwell into that too much, that if you didn't learn anything from the past, like you can't be a better person right now. I don't
Oh
believe
yeah,
that.
you can be a
Yeah,
better.
of
But
course.
the thing is,
Yeah.
the person that I met with. That's my.
Mhm. Okay.
It's not about
Yeah,
Yeah.
me. It's about the
yeah.
person. Like, would
You
I end up?
will meet that person if that person is for you, like,
Well, we
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Don't know, but that's what I believe in, that if the person is meant for you to be met in a certain period of time, he's gonna be in
Mhm.
that season.
I
That's
think
what.
so too. I agree with
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I think the right person, there's only, I do believe that there's really one person for you, for that, for you, or maybe a couple. I don't know.
In certain seasons of your life, certain
But
season of your life, like there would be
yeah,
a certain person,
Yeah,
and then if that
especially
person
now
is in
with.
every season, then that person.
as you grow older too, right? Like sometimes it becomes even more complex because there are also like divorced husband and wives who become friends and then they meet the right person for them
Mhm.
eventually, even in
Yeah,
their
yeah,
50s or 60s or
yeah.
whatever. And that's their second, they acknowledge it as their second love because they really felt love for their first husband or wives.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
if, okay, one more question.
Nowadays, right? We can have three in a relationship or even four. So there's definitely more than one soulmate for everyone, I guess. The world is evolving.
The world is
Better we talk
evolving.
about
Love
that.
everyone. I think I still do believe that there's like there's one great love, if anything. You may not end up with that person, but that kind of love will always remain special, even though whether you're with that person or not anymore. There's that one great love that you will experience in life. Would you ever be friends with your ex? Or is there
Mm,
an ex that you're willing to become friends with?
Yes, I would. There's one ex that I would friend with because he's really a nice guy, and
Mm-hmm.
he taught me so much, and like just everything first, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, everything first, those are the nice memorable moments of
Mm-mm.
how um who you were as a young person, and just watching each other grow from the teenager until in your 20s is just
Mm-hmm.
incredible. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
for me, mm, I would choose not to, because it's not like I'm the only person in the world that they can be friends with, or they're the only person in the world I can be friends with. So it's
Mm-mm.
like, as a respect as well to their relationship and
Yeah.
my relationship, that I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
do that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I could be in speaking terms, but maybe not friends. I
Mhm.
don't know if they even want to be friends with me. Maybe not. But um I feel like I could, yeah, maybe, like casual, respectful conversation. I think I could do that, but not
Mm.
with everyone. There are people that I don't even want to be associated with. It's like, I don't even want to
Like
see
our
you.
our
Like, there are people that will remain blocked on my list. Let's put it that way.
So many.
No, no, no. I'm just saying many because I don't want them to pinpoint which. But yeah, but also there's that I'm okay to be friends with. Like I met some guys that I'm friends with. There's a little bit of situationship, but it never really blossomed into a full relationship, and I just end up becoming friends with them, and we were still in speaking terms and all that,
my
but
gosh,
but
situation.
oh yeah, it was just a situationship, didn't really fully blossom. So when they
This
started
this
dating other people, they stopped talking to me, I stopped talking to them. I don't really pursue talking to them anymore or chatting with them, because the same thing, like I respect the relationship with other people, so
Mhm. And
it's
I feel
it's
like
And as long as the friend terms is mutual, right? Like friend term
yeah,
with the person or your ex, and
yeah.
also the partner,
Yeah.
my partner or their partner is also okay with that, then
Mm-hmm.
that definitely is a friend agreement right there that you can treasure.
mhm.
I would
Mm-hmm.
That would be nice if it's possible.
I just don't
Eh,
want like I know probably some people are really okay with that kind of situation, but I would never put
No.
heart on that kind of there. I just feel like for me my opinion is like it's already unnecessary to like
Mm.
even say hi
yeah,
or
different situations, right?
It's
yeah.
different.
Maybe if like,
Yeah.
the reunion or something that you were like high school batchmates or something.
Oh,
Like
oh
you
boy.
won't be like just ignoring the person, right? Like, hi, how are you? I think that's the speaking term, but
Yeah.
not like going out your way messaging, looking
Ah,
for
yeah,
the
no,
person in
no.
social
Oh
media,
yeah, no, no, not like that.
No. Yeah, no, not anymore.
Yeah, it's just
Or
giving some, yeah, if you do that, it's just giving some uh
it's opening it up again.
yeah,
Can of
yeah,
worms.
yeah. Like no, like don't do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I think that's it for now. We're just gonna end it there because this topic is just go, in different.
Yeah. It's
Honestly,
just
right?
like
It
Like
keeps
we,
evolving.
it keeps evolving, and there's always lessons to be learned when it comes to breakups and heartbreaks, breakups and heartbreaks,
I guess
and
end this. If you were a friend of that person before, if you were the friend, what would you have told that person before?
if you're a
Who's
friend of
that
your past
person?
self.
Yes. Like I wish someone or a
Mm.
friend would have told me this and this and that.
Honestly, I have friends who told me the right the right thing to do. So I'm glad I have friends who told me the right thing
Yeah.
to do. And then I think that's one thing I'm proud of, is to actually follow people. Some people, not all, because you also have to be careful of who to trust, because some people
Mhm.
more fuel to the fire, and
Yeah.
so you have to be careful who to trust and who to listen
Would you
to. And
listen?
I know, yeah, and I know, like during a breakup, it's very easy to be clouded, or it's very
Vulnerable.
easy. Yeah, you're very vulnerable, or you most probably would just end up following your own advice,
Mhm.
which sucks up most of the time because you don't know what
Yeah,
you're doing, really.
exactly.
Yeah. A lot of these things are in hindsight, right? Um, but if you have good friends who can show you your through your value, if they can be the mirror and say like, no, this is your value, and you should be looking after yourself this way, and then they tell you their process, because we have friends who, yeah, like they knew the process, they've done it before in the past. And so that, I think that's what I did, was ask as many people as I could, like, how did you deal with this and that. And I did a lot of like researching on, like, even googling up how do you deal, or that's what I did.
How to deal with a breakup, how to
Yeah,
get
like
over.
literally, like my old self would probably listen to a podcast like this to know like how do you deal with this and that, because you need that proper guidance. You need to and just listen, take in what you can learn from other people, or from resources like this, and use that for to your advantage, right? Like, use that to your own benefit. So yeah.
Yeah. How about you,
I
Besh Maria?
see.
What was the advice that you're gonna be giving yourself?
Very deep question.
Thank you for that question.
Thank you for that question.
Miss Universe question. Oh my gosh.
Major.
Major.
Ano ba? I think what advice is to listen to my inner voice, listen to my intuition, and choose wisely.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, Besh. You, Besh.
I think if I were the friend of my past, I would have told her, you should have listened to your mom. You should have listened to the people who truly loves you. And I would also say that at those times that you
Mothers know best.
at those times that you felt alone and so hurt, I wish you should have known the Lord. Yeah, at that moment of time. So you didn't feel lost, and you would have not questioned your worth. Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Here you.
like no, yeah, you're right. Like, knowing your worth is so important, and if you don't know your worth, then try and do your best to find that, to discover, and to better yourself, whether to, because I think that's a lot. I got a lot of advice like that, like, oh yeah, you should start, you should do these things, do that, do this, because the moment you sulk in, I mean, there is a period of grieving, right? Certain period of grieving, but if you stay too long in the grieving process, you're not really hurting the other person anymore. You're hurting more just yourself. Like, and at the end of the day, it's just like, it's just you that's not benefiting anything from the whole experience.
You're holding back yourself from the experience of the world.
Or or the end result that you really wanted for yourself, but you can't get past it because you're stuck in that grieving process, in the depression stage and all that. I'm not invalidating those feelings. Those feelings matter too. Like, I think you have to feel those feelings in order to rise up from it. But at the same time, like, giving yourself that some sort of ultimatum, saying that, oh, I dwell in this, I feel this, maybe a month, 2 months maximum, but then slowly I will rise up, or lift myself up.
Yeah, that's why they say it's not how you fall, it's how you get up from that fall. And yeah, you're right, you shouldn't like stay stay too long just grieving and just being depressed.
Yeah.
Like
And
you
humility and asking for
yourself
help,
up. It will be
right?
And
hard.
also, don't make yourself wrong for being there for too long, because that can cause another spiral, right? Of becoming depressed or sad because you're not getting over when you're supposed to get over at this point, right? You have
Mm-hmm.
this expectation that you set, and then you didn't exceed or met your expectation, then that can cause another depression or sadness. So just don't do that. Just, choose. For me anyway, I really choose to, because it really depends on me. It's my choice whether I choose to be in that state, or I choose to get back up. And
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
if you don't choose, it's still not choosing. So really, choose. Choose wisely.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
very powerful.
Mm-hmm. Love yourself.
Choose
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 to
to
love
love yourself.
yourself. Yeah.
Choose
Before,
to
like, I
forgive
don't
yourself.
know the meaning of that. Like, what do you
Yeah,
love
like self
yourself? I
love
don't
like
know.
that, right? It's
I
like
don't
yeah,
know.
I myself go, but it's like
Yeah. I thought
it's a
like if I love
super
the way I
deep
loved
and
myself was to
like
pamper
what?
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, we got an overlap. You first, friend.
Oh, I just think I thought like self love is just like if I already love myself, I feel like I already love myself, and then like oh it has a deeper meaning as you
Mm-hmm.
grow older and wiser. Like self love has a different meaning
Meaning.
in your
Yeah.
life, and
Yeah.
like it's always connected to every decision you make, everything you do in your life.
Mm-hmm.
It's always like it's like a branch of that tree, which is you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And to me too, it's the same thing. It's like I didn't know how it's like before or what I should do to in order to say that I love myself. I
Mm-hmm.
I thought like, oh, if I go shopping, I love myself because I pamper myself. Or
Yeah.
if I, like if I
Totally.
do things this and that, I love myself.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more of the inner work that you do and really like reflecting on your life and your life decisions and moving forward with a sense of like more awareness to how you feel and how to deal with those feelings in a way that for me and like at least in a way that would um prioritize yourself
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
yeah
I
like
I have a story of self-love with my partner. So I didn't know that I didn't love myself. And then I had a huge breakthrough. Something happened, and then
Mm-hmm.
every time he says, I love you, and I would say, I love me too. And
oh
he would have
So
a
what
big
was the
grin
breakthrough?
in his
what
face.
about him? I love me and you.
I know that he knows that I love him, but the I love me too is important for me, and he really
Yeah.
supports that. So that's really
Mhm.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And you
To
know
me, I
what?
think.
When you love yourself, that's when you start knowing how to love others as well.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, yeah,
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 it really all starts within yourself.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. To me, it's like also like knowing my boundaries and sticking with those boundaries. Like if I say I don't, you know, I don't do this or I don't do that, I try to stick to that decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's like what I said, like there are people who would try to get something from you and could be sexual, could be whatever. And you have to know your if you know your self-worth, then you would set your boundaries and say, hey, no, stop. I don't do
Mhm.
those things. I'm not, I you can I will not allow you to just lure me into doing those things anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if that person doesn't respect your values or your decisions, then
It's
I
not
don't think.
meant to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, let them go. Yeah,
Mhm.
let them go. Bye.
Bye.
Find another. Bye.
Thank you. Next.
Thank
Bye.
you,
Yeah.
next. Oh my God.
Okay.
All right. Okay, it was fun talking to you, ladies. I hope
Yeah,
we learned something new.
of
As
course.
cliche as it sounds, but I'm sure it's this is a very productive discussion
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
hope everyone who's listening to us, you get value from our sharing our stories, our experiences. And if you have any questions, you can always DM us or comment if you want to share your stories and
Subscribe.
experiences.
Yes.
We're gonna have a lot of contents coming up,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to discuss topics about immigration. That's one,
Mm-hmm.
and life here in Vancouver. We're gonna have more of those.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so like stay tuned
Mm-hmm.
and
If you have
subscribe.
suggestions, just comment
Yes.
down.
Yeah, we're open for suggestions as well. All right,
Hey,
that's
Beshi.
it.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone. Thanks, Beshies. Bye.
Thank you for watching, Beshies. Like, share, and hit that subscribe button to stay updated in our next videos. See ya!